the Houston Comedy Film Festival here from filmfestivalcircuit.com, covering the upcoming event on November the 12th at the 14 Pews Theater, the Houston Comedy Film Festival Fall 2022, our final event of the year. We'll be back next year, though, but we're going to have one more day of laughs, mockumentary films, comedy series episodes, funny music videos, dark comedy films, romantic comedy, sketch comedy, even a little stand-up comedy. We got all kinds of videos we're going to show. All the content is 30 minutes or less. Not only do we focus on the videos that are screening, but we also recognize the films of tomorrow. And the most competitive category that we have in our festival is the comedy feature screenplay category. And we're gonna bring on Scott, who's one of our screenwriters, whose screenplay Empath is nominated for the Best Comedy Feature Screenplay Award. Thank you, Scott, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It is always a pleasure.
My man, this is a big accomplishment here. I know you've been in our festivals before, but Houston Comedy Film Festival is a very, very difficult category to get nominated for. So hats off to you. Your writing is very well refined. You have just really strong characters in here, and all of your screenplays seem to be shootable. They seem to be, they're not always these like bonkers budgets we get. We're like,
try to keep them small, right? Small budgets, and that way, the more likely someone will put a couple dollars against it. So I'll keep the epics for when I'm ready to retire.
I hear you, man, and it's great because the screenwriters send in these like Hunger Games versus Star Wars epics that are just a little much. It's like, who's gonna shoot? This is like 200 mil, bro. Like, this isn't gonna work.
Yep.
But your stuff, I'm glad you keep it real. You keep it about stories. You're very character driven in what you do. I don't want to give away all the parts of your screenplay, so can you put the synopsis in your own words, please?
Yes, it is it's a action comedy sci-fi, and as sci-fi as I can do, because I'm not scientific, but I can kind of mess around with the laws of that genre. And it is about the main premise is it's called Empath because what if people could transfer their pain, physical or emotional, to other people at a cost? So it's kind of like a little bit of peek into the class war. It gets into the rich putting their pain upon the poor because there's a large sum of money there. That's kind of the background of it. And then it's about a MMA fighter, Parker Vaughn. She is on quite a losing streak, has lost her spot at the gym, needs money, and decides to become an empath. Everything goes wrong, and kind of hilarity and action ensue from then on out. It starts off, it's still light because I don't know if I know how to write super heavy and serious, but it starts off light, but there's heavy stakes, and then it just kind of gets ridiculous in what I think is the best way possible.
I love this concept, man, because it could have gone really, really dark.
Oh yeah,
if you wanted to. But I like that you did keep this happier. Is this something you were developing before COVID, or did you just kind of want to? Is this something during COVID? I mean, I feel like the reason why I bring that up is because I feel like the screenplays suddenly got better during COVID. Like, I guess people didn't have to work and they sat down and they worked on them more. I don't know. I'm just asking you now for the first time. When did you write this one?
So, yeah, so funny. It was written as a comic book miniseries. That I have a artistic friend that I work with named Alan Robinson. He's awesome, and we were just kind of throwing ideas against the wall during the COVID pandemic. And I was kind of putting ideas, a bunch of different stuff. This was one of them. It didn't get picked up by a company that I was speaking with, which was fine. It kind of just goes to the side and you keep writing. Then while I was looking for my follow-up to Anything Can Happen in the Woods, I went through, read the synopsis, and I thought it could actually make a pretty, funny, 90-minute action comedy. And so I kind of just tweaked it. I had the first two comic book issues written, wrote the format, and finished it from there.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. What do you have planned for the future? What's going on next?
So currently I'm developing early stages of a sitcom, 30-minute sitcom that pitching to a couple places. We have the pilot written, the first 10 episodes plotted out. And so now it's about writing the rest of it and kind of getting that on its feet if we could. So that's where I'm leaning at next.
All right. And if someone wants to get in touch with you, what would be the easiest way to do that?
Gmail, always there for this. It's Scott E. Morse. That's Morse. And then the number 9 at gmail.com. Scotty Writes on Twitter, SCOTTYWRITES. And yeah, the best way, I definitely want to thank you, Michael, and the judges of the Houston Comedy Film Festival for making me a finalist. And I can't wait to see what happens on the 12th.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the kind words, and the judges really enjoyed your work. I guess one parting question I would ask you is your main goal to put together a team and make this thing, or are you thinking that you want to just get this to a production company that may be interested?
I want to get it in the right hands to get made. I would love to have a team and make it, but I think if someone wants to, get a production team or a production house and make it on their own, I'm all ears. I mean, I think it's a cool story. It has pretty good representation overall and diversity, and I think it should be out there. It's funny. So, well, more funny in the world right now.
All right, good stuff. Well, thank you for your time, Scott. We sincerely appreciate you and your writing, and we're looking forward to the festival. And who knows what the announcement will be, but I'll let you know.
We'll see. Thank you, guys.
All right, my friend.
All right, bye.